Banks, you were at AEW Forbidden Door this
Unfortunately.
past weekend at the UBS Arena. I didn't get a chance to even watch it. To be honest, I wasn't excited for it, but I plan on watching it and giving my full review because I saw some
Don't do
pretty interesting stuff. But I wanted to know how you felt about Forbidden Door and just kind of some of the things that you noticed.
Did you hear what I just said? I'm not
Nah,
sure because I know I got these bogus headphones. But
um,
you can hear me, right?
yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right, so let me look at the A camera so everybody else hear me. Don't watch that pay per view if you didn't already. You see how I look right now? That was me the entire time getting off a 10-hour shift and then going to watch that bull stuff.
So you're telling me it wasn't good?
No, it was not good. Hey man, I'm not one of these people that hate AEW and love WWE. I like AEW more times than WWE. I like GCW better than some promotions. I like TNA. I like New Japan. I like scaring the whole wrestling. That's what I like. But that was not good.
Mm.
Uh, it wasn't good at all. The best thing about it was being around my brothers, being black announce table. Otherwise than that, I was on Twitter looking to see what was going on with the trades the entire
Mm.
time. That was not pro wrestling. I'm about to put my Bret Hart voice on, do my best Bret Hart impersonation. You know, it's a lot of dumb wrestling that goes on these days. It's kind of like Bill Goldberg. He kicked me. Like, bro, I, I've I don't even know what to say. Like, I legit felt like an old head watching that. I was like, what happened to the game I love? What happened to locking up in the beginning? Bro, everybody just want to get a high spot in. Everybody
Mm.
want to get their spots in. Super kick. Everybody got a super kick. Don't talk about the great Jey Uso, who was the best wrestler out right now. Dog, don't
Ooh.
talk about that. Or the second best compared to Roman Reigns. Uh, I don't want to hear anything about Jey Uso's move set when I seen dudes spamming not just the same moves, but just doing flippity flips. That Swerve Strickland versus Will Oceanspray match. I'm sorry, Will Ospreay match is one of the most boring matches I've ever seen in my life. John Moxley is one of the worst workers I've ever seen in my life, bro. This time, I wasn't a fan before, but then seeing him in person, he couldn't get the great Naito. I pop when I see Naito because I'm a mark. But bruh, he couldn't get him over. I said, dog, what is this? This dude ain't. Y'all talk about somebody ain't got no bag, as the kids say. He ain't got no bag. Bleeding, that's the bag, bruh. Tell me a story in the ring. That's all I'm saying. As a dude that's watched wrestling from the '60s till now, I go back in the archives. Dog, tell me a story. Just don't get a move in. Work, work a body part, sell. Like that Sasha Banks match versus Stephanie. Bruh, can somebody sell? Please sell a move, bruh. Sell a body part. Please do something. Have some rest holds, something.
I'm glad you put all that into perspective because I mean, maybe I'll still watch it, maybe not. But I don't know
No,
what
no.
it's.
You want to stay awake, don't you?
Yeah,
You
I
got
would
stuff
love
to
to stay
do.
awake. Yeah, I got stuff
Watch,
to do. I got life.
watch the new Beverly Hills Cop instead. Be entertained by that.
You know what it is? I and I was just talking about this with somebody. As it pertains to AEW, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because the feeling has worn off because it's no longer a new product, but I just don't feel the same way about AEW that I used to, as far as just how exciting and dynamic the product is or the product was. Um, so hearing that from you, I'm not surprised. And on top of that, when it comes to just Forbidden Door, I feel like the novelty and the meaning behind it isn't as big as it used to be because they essentially got all of the talents that the American audience wanted to see from New Japan Pro Wrestling, whether that be Jay White, whether that be Okada. I mean, you have Tanahashi still. Nevertheless, it's one of those like because AEW has kind of positioned themselves as the wrestling company in North America, a lot of people who wanted to come to North America and work have jumped from New Japan to AEW. And because of that, it's like the whole reason why there was a Forbidden Door was so that we can see those exciting matchups. But like all the people that we want to see are in AEW. The only
And they don't
time that,
get no time. My fault to
exactly,
cut you off. Jay White, they treating him like Jinder Mahal.
that's crazy. Jinder Mahal is insane. But
And I like
I
Jinder Mahal.
Me too. But I feel like the only way that I would be interested in a Forbidden Door moving forward is if it were AEW versus WWE at this point, because it's like between both of those companies, they have all the talent. I'm not really interested in seeing New Japan unless it's like what we're going to be talking about later in the show as it pertains to Wrestle Dynasty. But I'm not really interested in another Forbidden Door. Um, because they've kind of usurped all the talent. And I think that the next discussion that we have to have is y'all used to really get mad at WWE for hoarding talent, but AEW is doing the same thing. AEW is pulling what WWE did 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago upon the heels of the indie revolution, and they're getting all of the guys from all the other companies. And they get a world title shot or a TNT title shot or a 6-way ladder match for the Intercontinental title. I mean the international title, and then crickets. So are you going to hold AEW accountable the way that you did for WWE, or is it just since they're the Democratic Party of pro wrestling, we're just going to let it rock?
It
Oh,
could
okay.
be because of that, but I will say in the past 2 years, he been going back being Triple H, doing what AEW is doing right now. See, people, I can criticize WWE as well. I'm a realist. So he's been collecting talent in the past year, bringing back people
Mm-hmm.
like Braun Strowman. Why is he around? But like, bruh, so he came back, and it's like, cool, he's just there. I will say the people that have come back have contributed in a way, unless you just CM Punk and you just making you putting it's helping Drew, but Drew don't really need you because it's Drew McIntyre who might be the MVP of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just me hating on CM Punk anyway because again, why is he around? What the fuck has he done? He ain't wrestled but twice in the past 3 years, and every time his arm fall off like a Lego character.
But without CM Punk, is Drew McIntyre the MVP that he is now? I feel
Yep,
like
absolutely.
I think Punk brought something out of Drew that wasn't there prior to. I feel like
Yeah,
Drew was kind of
I
on
can
that
say that.
path. I feel like Drew was
Yeah,
on that path because of like his work with the bloodline. He was on that path as far as just being the hater of the year. That's without question. I feel like the presence of Punk just took it up a notch and it really solidified him because that's when all the antics came out with the merch and the tweets and all that stuff. I personally feel like CM Punk on a character level brought out the best in Drew McIntyre. We wouldn't have gotten
right.
hater of the year Drew without CM Punk, in my opinion.
Right. And no, I get what you mean too. And again, I can agree and I can disagree, but for the most part, when you make sense and you got common sense like this, man, I can agree with it because I can see the other side of the spectrum when it comes to that.
Mm,
Uh, I will say this with him, it was supposed to make him a heel because CM Punk is the baby face for some reason, but what do he call himself? The man of the people. Yeah, all right, cool. Uh, the man of the people can't be getting hurt every 5 months, but
mm,
that's neither here nor there.
right.
But it was supposed to give him heel heat being Drew, but it actually made him a babyface. And that's the
Mm,
thing too about pro wrestling now because everybody's a babyface. Dog, the only person that's a heel is Dominic because people just generally don't like him because he's really good. The third best wrestler in the world because he's really good at his job.
right.
So otherwise than that, people don't get heel heat no more. Because Damien was supposed to be a heel. He ain't
People
a
like him.
heel. Gunther is a baby face, even though he's supposed to be a heel. Chad Gable, hell, is a baby face, and he really is playing a heel. It just, and that's the thing with AEW going back to Forbidden Door being there. Everybody got a small pop. I say small pop because people. Let me tell you something. I've been to WWE events. All right, I just went to my first AEW event. For that arena to be that small, as far as the people in the crowd, and you could basically hear other people's conversations, that's not good. These reports
Mm.
we're getting are not good. That's not good if you can't draw that much money. But yet y'all have a multi-million-dollar TV deal that's about to expire soon. And then they not saying anything about re-up because you know why? I keep saying over and over, Warner Discovery, they ain't got no money. They ain't want to re-up the NBA, and the NBA probably brings in the most revenue far as media. What makes you think they're gonna bring in AEW and they ain't drawing no money? It ain't looking good, bruh.
The ain't looking good is crazy. I think we're going to end that segment on that note. Let us know how y'all felt about Forbidden Door in the comments below, but we're going to be moving on. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the Culture 316 podcast. If you like what you saw, I'm going to do that again. Ready? 3, 2. Thank you guys so much for watching the Culture 316 podcast. If you liked what you saw, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that you guys can stay up to date with all upcoming videos and events pertaining to Culture 316.